Good morning everyone. Today's my topic is body cavities. Body cavities are the space inside the human body which organs and structures are resides, or in other words we can say that it is fluid filled space inside the human body which holds and protects the internal organ. Then human body cavities are separated by membrane and any other structures. So we see types of human body cavities. There are two main types of body cavities. First is dorsal cavity and second is ventral cavity. So dorsal cavity is present on the back of the body and ventral cavity is present on the front of the body. Dorsal cavity which give rise to perception and sensation of nervous system, and ventral cavity which is allow to change the size and shape of organs without disrupting any organs or distorting any other tissues. In dorsal cavity it includes two cavities. First is cranial cavity and second is spinal cavities. And second, in ventral cavities it includes two cavities. First is thoracic cavity and second is abdominopelvic cavity. Abdominopelvic cavity means first abdominal cavity and second is pelvic cavity. These cavities are separated from the upper thoracic cavity by the dome shaped diaphragm, which means abdominopelvic cavity is separated from the upper part of thoracic cavity by the diaphragm. Then we see parts of body cavities, which means which cavities is present in which organ. So first, dorsal cavity. Dorsal cavity, first cranial cavity. Cranial cavity, which means it is the space inside the skull, which includes brain and brainstem. And spinal cavities, it is also a hollow space which is present in vertebral column, which protects the spinal cord and spinal nerve roots. Then second is ventral cavity. It includes three cavities. First is thoracic cavity, second is abdominal cavity, and third is pelvic cavity. First, thoracic cavity, it also included two cavities, pleural cavity and pericardium cavity. So pleural cavity is present in lungs, trachea, esophagus, and pericardium cavity is present in heart. Then abdominal cavity is present in liver, pancreas, stomach, kidney, adrenal glands. And then pelvic cavity is present in reproductive organs, rectum, bladder. Then we all know human body cavities are separated by the membranes or any other structures. So in that case we see which membrane or which fluid is present in that cavities. So first, spinal cavities and cranial cavities. In these two cavities, meningeus membrane is present, which is three-layer membrane, which is surrounded in spinal cavity and cranial cavity. In these cavities, CSF fluid is present. CSF fluid means cerebrospinal fluid. The work of CSF fluid is to provide nutrients to the spinal cavity and cranial cavity. Then second is pleural cavity. Pleural cavity which is present in lungs, in which pleural membrane is present and pleural fluid is present. So the work of pleural fluid is to smoothen the breathing process. And second is pericardium cavity. In that case, pericardium membrane is present and pericardial fluid is present. So the work of pericardial fluid is to lubricate the heart muscles, which means to reduce the friction in between heart muscles. Then third is abdominal cavity and pelvic cavity. In abdominal cavity which is present in stomach and pelvic cavity which is present in reproductive organs, in that case peritoneum membrane is present and peritoneal fluid is present. So the work of peritoneal fluid is that to help or to provide to protect stomach from the HCl which is present in stomach. So this is all about the body cavities, which is very short topic, but it is very important topics in human anatomy and physiology. Thank you.